Welcome back to another deep dive into To Kill a Mockingbird.
It's great to be back.
Today we're looking closely at Chapter 15.
Yeah, this is where things really start to heat up.
Definitely with the trial of Tom Robinson approaching.
Right, you can really feel the tension in Maycomb starting to rise.
So Chapter 15 starts off.
Yeah, it starts off with like this
kind of a deceptive calm.
almost normal feeling.
Yeah, it's been a peaceful week. Scout and Jem, they're kind of enjoying their summer.
Yeah, Dill even comes up with this plan to try and lure Boo Radley out of the house with a trail of lemon drops.
Such a classic kid thing, right?
Right, but this innocence is like quickly shattered when Heck Tate shows up at the Finch house with a group of men.
It's like that feeling of dread.
Yeah, you know a storm's coming.
The atmosphere just instantly shifts.
It does. You go from this lightheartedness to this like...
foreboding.
Yeah, a foreboding feeling.
So what brings these men to Atticus's doorstep?
Well, they've come with news and warnings about the upcoming trial. They're worried about Atticus. He's defending Tom Robinson. And remember, Tom's a black man who's been falsely accused of assaulting a white woman.
Right.
They suggest moving Tom to the county jail.
Oh, really?
For his own protection.
So they are really concerned.
Yeah, they're afraid of potential trouble from what they call the old Sarum bunch.
It's interesting because Atticus doesn't seem fazed at first.
Right.
He just brushes off their worries and says, this is Maycomb.
Yeah, it's almost like he's clinging to this idea that Maycomb is different.
Right.
Like, it's immune to the prejudice you see in other parts of the South.
Right.
Like Maycomb's this idyllic little town where things like that just don't happen.
But it's a telling response, right?
Yeah.
Because even Mr. Link Diaz, who usually agrees with Atticus, expresses concern.
Yeah, he doesn't say a lot, but you can tell he's worried.
So this old Sarum bunch,
Yeah.
are we talking like Maycomb's version of the Ku Klux Klan?
Not explicitly stated, but it's definitely implied. Later in the chapter, Jem asks Atticus about the Klan directly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's clearly picking up on the tension and fear.
That's understandable.
Yeah, but Atticus kind of downplays it.
Of course he does.
Yeah, he says the Klan was a thing of the past in Maycomb. Just a political organization that couldn't find anyone to scare.
Right.
He even tells this story about Sam Levy standing up to the Klan.
Really?
Yeah, basically shaming them into leaving town.
Classic Atticus, always looking for the good.
Yeah, always trying to find the humor, even in a situation like this.
But is he being a bit naive here?
Possibly.
You've got men gathering at his house, clearly agitated about Tom Robinson's case.
Yeah, it definitely feels like there's a real threat.
Definitely something brewing under the surface.
For sure, and Jem isn't buying it either.
No. I imagine not a young boy like that.
He's terrified for his father.
Makes sense.
Yeah, he even tries to create a distraction.
What does he do?
He starts yelling about the phone ringing,
Oh, wow.
hoping to scare the men away.
But Atticus, in typical Atticus fashion,
Yeah.
insists that they were just friends dropping by.
Just a friendly chat, he says.
Friends who show up after dark to discuss a racially charged trial.
Right. It's a little hard to believe.
It feels like he's downplaying the danger, maybe to protect his children.
Yeah, I think there's definitely some of that going on.
Trying to shield them from this harsh reality.
It's a difficult situation for sure.
And, the tension just continues to build throughout the chapter.
Oh, absolutely.
Tom's eventually moved to the Maycomb jail for his safety.
Which Atticus admits should have been done from the start.
Right. He says something like, probably should have done that to begin with.
Yes, something like that.
And then on Sunday,
Oh, yeah.
the atmosphere at church is thick with tension.
You can cut it with a knife?
Even Mr. Underwood, the newspaper editor, who usually keeps to himself, is there.
Yeah, which is a sign that something's definitely not right.
Exactly. And then you've got Aunt Alexandra,
Oh, boy.
openly disapproving of Atticus defending Tom Robinson.
Yeah, she sees it as a disgrace to the family name.
It's like this clash between doing what's right and upholding these societal expectations.
Right, and it's a conflict we see play out a lot in the novel.
Absolutely. So it's clear that this trial is more than just a legal battle.
So much more.
It's a catalyst for change in Maycomb,
Yeah, it's shaking things up.
challenging the very fabric of their society.
Exactly, and we're starting to see those cracks appear in Maycomb's facade,
Right.
revealing all the hidden prejudices and anxieties that have been simmering beneath the surface.
That's like the calm before the storm.
Definitely.
And then there's that late night visit.
Oh, yeah.
Atticus tells the kids he's going out,
Uh-huh.
but he doesn't say where.
Nope.
He takes an extension cord and a light bulb with him.
Strange.
Super strange. Jim's like, something's up.
Oh, yeah. Jem can always sense when something's not right.
So he decides to follow Atticus.
Of course, with Scout and Dill tagging along.
Pantrally.
They follow him all the way downtown.
Uh-huh.
And they find him sitting outside the Maycomb jail.
The jail.
Yeah, just sitting there reading a newspaper under a single light bulb.
It's like this bizarrely normal scene.
Right in the middle of all this tension.
And then,
4 carloads of men show up.
oh no,
It's a mob.
a mob.
Yeah, and they're there for Tom Robinson.
This is getting scary.
It is. Atticus knows what they're after.
But he tries to reason with them.
Yeah, he tells them to go home, that Tom's asleep.
But they're not having it.
No, their anger and prejudice have taken over.
It's chilling. You know,
Yeah, it really is.
Atticus, this symbol of morality,
Uh-huh.
standing alone against this wave of hatred.
It's a powerful image.
You can practically feel the tension.
Definitely. And what's interesting is how Lee portrays the mob.
Yeah, she doesn't just make them a faceless group.
No, she gives us glimpses into the individuals.
Like Mr. Cunningham.
Yeah, he becomes this really complex character.
He's caught between his own prejudices.
And his respect for Atticus.
Right, it's like this internal struggle.
Exactly.
And just when things seem like they're about to explode,
Scout enters the picture.
little Scout.
Yeah, completely oblivious to the danger.
And it's her innocence
Her childlike perspective.
that changes everything.
It really does.
So Scout busts onto the scene.
And she starts talking to Mr. Cunningham about his son Walter,
Oh, wow.
about their shared experiences.
She's appealing to his humanity.
Yeah, reminding him of his connection to Atticus and the community.
It's an incredible moment.
He really is this little girl.
With her honesty and concern.
She manages to chip away at the mob's aggression.
Wow.
It's like she awakens Mr. Cunningham's conscience.
Forces him to see what he's doing.
Exactly.
So powerful.
It's a testament to the power of empathy.
Human connection.
Right, even in the face of prejudice, individual acts of kindness can make a difference.
And it's not just Scout.
Oh, yeah.
We find out that Mr. Underwood, the newspaper editor, has been watching the whole thing.
From his office window with a shotgun.
He had Atticus's back this whole time.
Yeah, he was ready to defend him if necessary.
Wow. I never would have guessed.
It's a reminder that people can surprise you.
You can't judge a book by its cover.
Exactly.
And then there's that incredibly poignant moment as Atticus and the children are walking home.
Under the streetlight,
Atticus reaches out and massages Jem's hair.
it's his one gesture of affection.
So much unspoken emotion in that simple act.
Yeah, the fear, the relief, the weight of what they've just been through.
It's a moment that stays with you.
Definitely, it highlights the emotional toll of this fight for justice.
And foreshadows the challenges that lie ahead.
For sure, Lee is a master at conveying these complex emotions without explicitly stating them.
Absolutely, it's what makes her writing so powerful. Thinking about this chapter, it's not just about individual courage, right?
No, it's about community responsibility, too.
Like Scout influencing Mr. Cunningham and Mr. Underwood protecting Atticus.
It makes you think about our own roles in our communities.
Right, like what are we doing to shape the values and actions around us?
It's interesting, though, because Lee doesn't give us easy answers.
No, she does.
She shows Maycomb as this complex place with good and bad prejudice and compassion all mixed together.
It makes you think about what shapes a community.
Right? Definitely like those traditions and beliefs that can be both comforting and harmful.
It's like this chapter is a mirror to Maycomb.
Yeah, reflecting all its flaws and contradictions.
And it makes us look at our own communities too.
Our own assumptions about the people around us.
And I think the way Lee uses Scout's perspective is so clever.
Oh, it's brilliant.
She's a child just trying to understand the world.
And she asks those questions that adults wouldn't even think of.
Yeah, her innocence really challenges the status quo.
Forces the adults to confront their own prejudices.
Like when Scout talks to Mr. Cunningham.
It shows that prejudice is personal.
It's about individual choices.
And the possibility of change.
That's a powerful message.
It really is, and this idea of change is so central to the novel.
Atticus knows that defending Tom Robinson is an uphill battle.
Yeah, he's up against some deeply ingrained prejudice.
But he still believes in the power of the law.
That justice should prevail.
Even when it's hard.
Even when it puts him at risk.
It's inspiring.
It really is. Atticus is a reminder that we all have a responsibility.
To speak out against injustice.
To fight for what's right.
No matter the cost.
Exactly, and that's what makes To Kill a Mockingbird so timeless.
It speaks to those universal themes of prejudice, justice, courage.
Themes that are still relevant today.
Absolutely. So, as we wrap up our deep dive into Chapter 15,
Yeah.
I want to leave you with this thought.
Okay.
What resonated most with you in this chapter? Was it Atticus's courage? Scout's innocence? Mr. Cunningham's internal struggle?
Good question.
We'd love to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, let us know.
And be sure to join us next time as we continue exploring To Kill a Mockingbird.
It's going to be a good one.
See you then.